Greetings, everyone. I am Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. For today's rune reading, we're going to get right into it with some very intense energies coming up here. Mercury is going into Scorpio, and so is the Sun. So with Mercury going into Scorpio first on Sunday on the 22nd, just preceding the Sun here, it's going to be a very deep and a high attention to detail, kind of philosophical kind of feeling energy. Definitely look into your chart and see what this means to you, okay? Mercury, again, is the planet of communication. Okay, so beware about obsessions, rabbit hole topics, like just getting in too deep and just losing yourself in those sort of discussions. Okay, when Scorpio season is here as well, and Mercury is in Scorpio, just remember that Scorpio speaks with enhanced clarity. It could be dripping with knowledge, or it could come with quite the venomous sting. And that's just going to be majorly enhanced and very much felt here with this Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio. For the Sun in Scorpio, it's no coincidence that Halloween and Scorpio kind of go hand in hand, right? It's just like that deep, mysterious Scorpio and the Halloween where the veil is nice and thin. Scorpio is very connected to dancing in between both worlds. All right, so, and what the Sun in Scorpio does is strives to show us what's in the shadows, right? So we can go into that deep introspection. We can learn more. Don't be surprised if you have a calling to go learn a new spiritual practice, maybe some other divination, that you're called at this time to connect with your ancestors. Okay. The veil is also, very, very thin, okay? It's not just an excuse, but it's a very good reason to get into those practices where those sort of things are enhanced and just come to us a little bit more easily, right? So authentic connections are a thing too with Scorpio. Relationships may come into review. So definitely, the superficial kind of connections will not last during Scorpio. They'll definitely be tested. All right. So, but anyway, let's get into the rune reading and see what all of these changing energies mean and what we can do as far as what the runes recommend. How are we doing today, everyone? Getting ready for that Scorpio season? Let's cleanse that energetic space with a singing bowl. And also with the $2 note, we represent the uncommon abundance in our lives, giving thanks for it, what has come and gone, also inviting more of it in. So with 3 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth, we'll set the intentions and cleanse this energetic space. For today's rune reading, Mercury in Scorpio, and then the next day, Sun in Scorpio, kicking off Scorpio season. Beautiful. Let's jump right into it. So a lot of people think, well, maybe Scorpio is one of the most, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there, that Scorpio and Gemini are probably like the 2 misunderstood signs out there in the zodiac. Doesn't mean we're all bad, y'all. We're just misunderstood. Hey, coming from a past of the Sun rune, the past energies position. This is the Sun rune. This is Sawilo. This is good fortune. So a lot of us are having some blessings here in the recent past that we're kind of resting on or moving forward with into these current energies of divine communication. Wow, look at that. What a good way to set yourself up too for a huge energetic shift is in the gratitude of our success and getting into that more divine communication. I like to call this rune the antenna rune. The rune's name is Anzus, and it's about like godlike communication. So a lot of intense spiritual downloads are probably happening right now, or insights, aha moments, right? So a lot of us may be just wondering, what the heck is going on with this transition stuff? Well, let me tell you, in the very near future, you get to see just what that is. So whatever divine is telling you, whatever your insights, your downloads you're getting right now, just keep the faith, keep moving forward, because the victory is yours. This is Wunjo. This is the clan flag of success. So we're already setting ourselves up in a very prime way into Scorpio season. Though going into Scorpio season, which from the day of this recording and subsequent upload is about 4 days away from now. But at the beginning of Scorpio season here, look at this. We're getting into action taken for the best outcome. That's Gibo, the rune of partnerships, gifts, spiritual gifts, enhanced spiritual gifts, maybe learning into more spiritual gifts, leaning into or studying more brand new occult sort of knowledge, just going further down the rabbit hole. Just be mindful again that you are not losing yourself, okay? Your thoughts, feelings, and emotions are wrapped up in this hail rune, okay? This is Hagalas. This is a literal, like, destructive force, like a disruption, right? And it also it means creative forces. So things need to be destroyed before they can be built, right? Maybe you're just making room for more. You're changing a lot of that stuff. Maybe you're cleaning out the clutter. When with the Sun and Mercury going into Scorpio both at the same time, you're going to want to pinpoint, or you're going to feel like you need to pinpoint with communication and with your insights, like, where are all of those skeletons in the closet? Where are all those shadows? Like, you want to shine the light on the darkest places, so just be mindful. Let's go ahead and shuffle this a little bit more. Okay. Possible problems. Yep, are in the faith, the divine protection. Just keep on going, y'all. This is the rune of faith. This is the elk rune. All right. This is meaning divine protection. The rune's name is Algae, so it's like self-defense, right? So just be careful of how quick you are responding, how quick you are getting into that shadow work, right? And I do almost literally mean shadow work. A lot of us are like peeling off the layers and really diving deep with Mercury and the Sun coming into Scorpio here in just a few days. Already we can feel the energies kind of start to shift in that direction. We're also getting ready for a kickoff into a very intense Scorpio season, which is during an eclipse season. We have a lunar eclipse in Libra coming up right away, just after that. But I will do a rune reading for that coming up soon. All right, so let's look at the possible outcomes. Look at that, addressing the needs, addressing your needs. Look at that, just simple stuff, right? The rune's name is Novice. I like to call it now this, because it just sounds like, okay, great, now this. You have these new needs that you need to address. That happens when you are peeling back the layers, when you're diving deep, when you're shining light into the shadows, you get illuminated to addressing those needs. And this is exactly what you asked for, right? So just be mindful that when you are peeling back those layers, when you are diving deep, when you're into those deep discussions with your significant others, when you are in those intellectual thoughts, when you are learning that occult knowledge, just remind yourself that you did ask for this, and this is going to bring up new needs for you to address and possibly heal from, which is great. This is a great time to tap into communication with our ancestors and see what we can learn from them, right? Maybe this will help us instill some more of that faith and divine protection, just knowing that that's there. Getting into that more success value, the Scorpio Rune as well. This is beautiful energy moving into it. All right, you're worried about possible upsets, but just be prepared for those eventualities. The trick here is just to be prepared, right? Know what to do if and when those things occur. And just remind yourself, like, when those needs come up, it's not a shaking of the faith. These are just needs that need to be addressed, things that need to be healed within us. Very beautiful, though. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, and I thought this rune reading was going to be a lot more intense with this Scorpio energy coming up. But maybe a lot of us have been doing that work here, yeah, with the solar eclipse and getting ready for that lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse will be in Libra. These are affecting the nodes of the moon as well. So definitely look up in astrology what that means in your chart. Card for clarity here is the growth card from, okay, these are messages straight from Divine. So thank you, Divine. Thank you. Thank you. This card is growth. Look at that. This is exactly what you're asking for. Is this growth? You know what success and the strength of the sun is like. You know what that divine communication is and these really deep insights that you're getting. You're tapping into that. You're getting into more of that success, the value of success. Like the energies associated when you do make those accomplishments, the joy associated, the good communication, right? And that leads you into greater partnerships and developing your spiritual gifts more, just being prepared for more of those eventualities, keeping the faith here, and knowing that you're protected, right? And addressing those needs, because growth and comfort do not go hand in hand. Never have, never will. Okay? With this card of growth, this will get a little uncomfortable. All right? But you are prepared for that discomfort. It's like you just went through some major healing work and you're like thinking, okay, now what do I got to do? What do we, can I just take a breather here for just a second? But nope, Scorpio season and the Mercury in Scorpio just has you jumping right back into it, diving deeper. Like, applauding you for great work that you've been doing so far. Divine has faith in you. You should have faith in you too. You got this. You're going to be addressing those needs. This is a beautiful energy to be addressing those needs. This means you will be healing, right? So the growth card says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Wow. And if there's ever a chance to do that, it is Scorpio season, y'all. It is Mercury in Scorpio. It is Sun in Scorpio. Those energies are ever so prevalent when it comes to that. Let's read some more about what this card is about. Growth. Again, it says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. You are constantly being presented with situations that enable you to develop your inner wisdom and assist you in advancing to higher levels of understanding. Wow. The lesson is to be aware of these events, right? And be prepared for them. And recognize them for what they are. To live a mindful life is not only about respecting and honoring those around you, it is also about recognizing every person and circumstance on your path as a teacher, right? The constant chatter and diversions of life on earth can distract you from the signposts that Spirit has left on your path. Take time to be aware of the bountiful wisdom that has been laid before you. Acknowledge these gifts and take them to heart as you continue your sojourn in this physical dimension. Don't look for the opportunities that you think you need. Instead, be receptive to the opportunities that you are given, right? So these upsets that you might be thinking about are just actually opportunities. this maybe the shaking of faith is an opportunity, right, for you to heal and grow and be addressing your needs. Very, very beautiful. Let's get into cards from the fairies. Let's get another card for clarification. Y'all, if I sound a little stuffy today, it's my allergies are just kicking my butt this morning. So we're making it, though. We're making it. All right, fairies, what sort of clarification do you have for... Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, fairies, you said this last reading. Fairies, you said this last reading. Marriage. The fairies join you in celebrating wedded bliss. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody out there is rolling in laughter again at this card, and somebody still needs to probably take this advice to heart. Let's read more about this, okay? Those of you who missed the last rune reading, this is a repeat. The fairies really want to make this point very, very, very crystal clear. Whenever this happens, the fairies are saying, I don't think you quite get it. So let me do this again just to make sure that you do, okay? Nothing against you. They're not saying anything bad, right? The fairies join you in celebrating wedded bliss is what the card says. Okay, so meanings for this card are because you have... Okay, the question involves marriage. This particular card holds variable meanings. So pay attention to your body's reactions, right? As I read the possible interpretations. Just remember, be mindful that there could be many meanings of this. This could be a marriage of fuss, a marriage of perspectives, this partnership right here in the very near future, action taken for the best outcome could lead to a marriage, right? Are you apprehensive about reaching out? Okay, things to ponder. Okay, so pay attention as I say these meanings for this card, okay? And pay attention to what your body does in reaction. And that's what you probably need to be focusing on, all right? Okay, here we go. Congratulations, you're getting married soon. Or your marriage needs some healing and attention, which the fairies can help you with if you'll ask. Or you'll soon meet someone significant at a wedding. Or a relationship commitment is pending, which is beautiful, beautiful, y'all. Or admit your true feelings to yourself regarding marriage. Admitting it to yourself is true growth right there. All of this is growth. All of this. Or someone close to you is getting married soon. And lastly, your life purpose involves helping people with romance, matchmaking, and relationships or weddings. Awesome. Let us get a chakra token to see what we can do for meditation, what chakra we can work on, and to go along with today's rune reading. This one wants to be worked on, and wow. Okay, y'all, you can't make this up. Divine communication, right here. That's what this is all about. That's the crown chakra, right? So, crown chakra is one of those chakras where you are advised to be working on your other chakras first, okay? From what I would say, from like the throat chakra and above, okay? So let's look at the solfeggio frequency of the crown chakra. Of course, the purple color is part of it, the violet, lavender, okay? So 963 hertz, 963, is the solfeggio frequency for the crown chakra, and it's the final chakra, right? It's the top of the antenna. It's where we get those divine downloads, right? This is our connection to source, right? So divine communication comes in and it'll lead us, for that confirmation that yes, we are divinely protected. Yeah. If you are someone who has a blocked crown chakra, then you are probably cynical, closed-minded, or have not worked through your first 6 chakras. Remember what reaction you got when the marriage card came up. Was that a healthy reaction? Was that a spiritually healthy reaction? Honestly, answer yourself. Do you need to go back and work on some of those other chakras? Or are we ready to see what that communication is really all about? Right? Communication is going to be at the forefront here in the next few days leading up into this Mercury and Scorpio. And y'all, it's going to get real deep. It's going to get real deep real quick. Right? It's going to force us to grow. It's going to force us to address those needs, which is beautiful. But we just need to be prepared for those eventualities where it might be a, oops, I forgot to do this kind of thing, right? The crown chakra represents a higher state of consciousness and spiritual enlightenment. Opening the chakra takes a lot of spiritual and mental awareness. Those who have opened their crown chakra will feel bliss and transcendence. It's beautiful, y'all. It is. It really is. Super beautiful. Let's go over the mudra and the mantra for this. And you know what's very simple about this mudra is that we start off from the prayer position and we can just copy this diamond shape from the pattern here, or this triangle shape from the pattern here. Hold this above our heads, right? The mantra is silence. Because when divine is speaking, we want to be silent. We want to not interrupt divine when they are giving us these downloads, when divine is speaking with us, right? So this is the hand mudra to hold over your head in silence as you are ready for those thoughts, those insights, that intuition that comes in. You know what success felt like in the past, and you want to get there, and you will get there when you're addressing your needs in healthy ways. Very soon here, you're going to have a shared success. Whether this is a mental breakthrough and this is a success between you and the divine because of these downloads you've been getting. This new partnership could also be divine, right? Or spiritual gifts that you are enhancing, working on enhancing here. Beautiful, beautiful. That's Scorpio, y'all. That is the mudra. That's it. It's simple, right? You're just called to sit there in silence, pay attention to the downloads you're getting, reflect on the communication, tap into the communication, call on your ancestors during this thinning of the veil period, in the Scorpio season, throughout Scorpio season. Don't just do it like in the next few days or whatever. Oh, I have to do it by such and such a time. It's really throughout the whole season. Sorry, I just bumped the camera there. So just remember that diving deep and getting into the shadow work is a thing that comes naturally for Scorpio. Superficial remarks, superficial energies just will not work with Scorpio energies. Okay? Because they will find out, and they'd already probably know. All right? Get into that divine communication, call on your ancestors. I've been Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. If you'd like a rune reading from me specifically, reach out to me, please, at youressentialpractice@gmail.com. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant day.